And once again, a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you back here to Carbondale High School. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you after a 1 hour and 40-minute rain delay. We are looking like we are going to get back underway. We do still have a light rain falling, but the lightning that caused the delay in the first place has moved on, and we are about ready to resume this contest. And just to recap where we are, the Kahawks had a ball on 4th down, and Matt Reynolds was in his end zone ready to punt the ball away, and the snap went between his legs and went out of bounds, and that was a safety for Carbondale, and that was about with 4:24 left to play in the first. Collinsville ended up holding on defense, getting the ball back from the Terriers, and with 38.2 seconds left, Chase Reynolds ran it in for a 25-yard touchdown score. Collinsville went up 7-2. That is where we stand right now. And right now, when we get back to work here, it'll be 3rd down and 8 to go for the Terriers with the ball on Collinsville's 20-yard line. We were just getting ready to start the second quarter, so there's 12 minutes left here in the second quarter. Halftime is going to be shortened to 10 minutes, and then we will resume with the third quarter right after that.
Well, it's maybe now raining the hardest it has this whole time, but like you said, the lightning has moved out. That's all we need to have accomplished to go. They said the teams are going to warm up for 15 minutes, but they only used a little more than half of that.
Yeah.
And so it's 10 after 9, and we're going to get going.
Yeah, we thought we were going to get going around 9:15, 9:20, but we're going to get going about 5 minutes earlier, and that's okay in my book.
Both teams are ready to go.
Yeah.
Carbondale down here in the 20, and they're looking to score and take this lead.
All right, so we will resume this game, and I don't anticipate any more delays. Most of the severe, if you can call it that, weather has moved out. It really never stormed. There was just lightning all around Carbondale, and
like I said, I think this is among the heaviest rain.
Yeah. Rain we can handle. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 8 to go for the Terriers, and the handoff will go up the middle, and a carry by Mosey Graham has got them inside the 10-yard line, and that is going to move the chains. And the Terriers will have it 1st and goal from Collinsville's 8-yard line.
I thought he was going to take it to the end zone right away here. Just got tripped up at the shoestrings there, and now Terriers have 1st and 10.
So first and goal. Yep, here's another handoff to Mosey Graham, and he initially met some contact right up the middle and then tried to bounce it around to the outside. Is he still on his feet?
He was still on his feet. He kept chugging forward, and he might be all the way down to near the 1.
Yeah, kind of looks that way. So to bring up 2nd down and goal, and yep, the ball is on the 1-yard line, it appears. And Damon Woolley all the way to the sideline to get the play. Now he's ready to bring it back in.
Still plenty of time on the play clock.
Yeah. And once again,
this might be just the quarterback pushing up and getting it in himself.
Graham is back in the deep I formation. He gets stuffed right off the bat, and Collinsville will push him back all the way toward the 10-yard line. They blew the whistle somewhere around the 7, so that might be where he ends up getting marked down, and that'll bring up 3rd down and goal. And
I think
wait
we're
for
only
the
going to push
spot.
it back to the 2.
Really?
So I guess he got some initial up front before getting pushed back. I thought quarterback Woolley would just go under center and push it in himself, but he handed it off.
3rd down and goal. Ball on the 2-yard line, they say. And now Woolley is in shotgun. And we have movement up front, and that might be against Carbondale.
72 or 73.
And it is a false start, so that'll back them up 5 yards, make things just a little tougher on the Terriers.
I think it was Tongay, that linebacker, that kind of flinched in towards the neutral zone, but not into it, and that made offensive lineman for Carbondale jump.
So ball now is on the.
Well, they haven't moved the ball yet.
7 should be on the 7.
They haven't moved it yet. Here it is. Everybody forgot to move it. Now it is on the 7.
All right, ball on the 7-yard line. 3rd down and goal once again, as we have just a little bit more than 10 minutes to go here in this second quarter. And Woolley in shotgun once again. Graham will move over on to his right side. 3 wide receivers on that same side. Woolley now back to pass, and he gets taken down, and Collinsville gets the sack on 3rd down, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. We'll see how Carbondale wants to play it.
That was Montre Kroom and Rome Richardson, or Javante Thomas getting in there.
Ball all the way now back out at the 12-yard line, so a loss of about 4 on the play. And that's going to kind of change things for the Terriers. And it looks like they're bringing Woolley back out to run a play.
They didn't seem too inclined to kick any field goals earlier, and I think that's going to go out the window here, especially with it rating.
Yeah. Wet field, wet ball, wet everything.
Centralia had their problems with their kicking game last week.
Graham now stands on the left side of Woolley. 3 wide receivers on the right side. And Woolley will step up, and he's got a little bit of room, and he is going to be tackled at the 4-yard line. So Collinsville, the defense, does their job, and they'll keep him out of the end zone, and Collinsville will get the ball back.
Carbondale gets all the way down to the 1 and can't punch it in. Woolley found some running room, but enough guys were in space there between him and the end zone, and Chase Reynolds tripped him up, and gets to take over on the 5.
All right, so Collinsville's got a long way to go. 9 minutes left to play here in this second quarter. Kahawks have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 5-yard line. They break huddle, and they'll send Loyal Patterson and Matt Reynolds over here on the left side of the formation. Amari Rogers-Parrott is the only wide receiver on the far side, and Neighbors is the lone setback. Reynolds in shotgun. Little movement up front, and we're going to have a flag, and is this going to go against Collinsville?
Really didn't see him in Collinsville move.
Yeah, offsides against Carbondale. So Collinsville will get a free 5 yards out of this, and it'll become 1st and 5. I did see movement by Carbondale, but I had to wonder if somebody on the Kahawks line flinched to make him move, but that was not the case. Same formation as they break huddle. Matt Reynolds lines up as the slot receiver over here on the near side. Neighbors over the left-hand shoulder of Reynolds. Reynolds in the shot, and another whistle on the play.
That's going to go against Kahawks there. I think a few guys moved.
Yep, they're going to give those 5 yards right back. So we go from 1st and 10 to 1st and 5, back to 1st and 10. And all the meanwhile, the clock is sitting at 9:01 left to play here in this second quarter. No change in the formation. Chase Reynolds in shotgun. Takes the snap. We get a play off. He rolls out. He is going to throw over to the sideline, and that one is almost picked off. It was intended for Matt Reynolds. I think he underthrew him, but at the same time, Loyal Patterson was wide open on the sideline for a little while.
You also got Habermill coming in underneath. I don't know if they were looking for him also. Just the way the ball was thrown, so rushed there for Reynolds. No one was going to get it.
Field obviously is wet. Light rain still falling here. And the same formation shown by the Kahawks once again. Neighbors actually standing in the end zone. I think Reynolds has his right foot or his left foot on the goal line. And Reynolds is going to keep it. He's got a lot of room. Chase Reynolds is going to have a first down and a little bit more to boot. And that's some breathing room that the Kahawks really needed.
Terriers really stayed true to the Kahawks receivers there, and then bid on the initial fake handoff to Neighbors, giving Chase about 20 yards of running room, and they get up to the 25.
Yeah, got about 20 yards on that play, so a little breathing room for Collinsville. Reynolds in shotgun again. He's going to hand the ball off to Neighbors this time. He tries just off center on the right-hand side, and he has a little bit of success, a gain of about 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 7.
It's like you see the Kahawks do, get a 3-4 yard gain there when you run between the tackles. It's some tough yards, but they got to be able to make that work occasionally.
Collinsville breaks huddle one more time, and again, they come out with that same formation. Reynolds is the slot receiver. Chase Reynolds is the quarterback in shotgun. Neighbors over his left-hand shoulder. Here's the snap. Reynolds is going to keep it. Jukes a little juke move and gets it about 3 more yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 1 to go.
Yeah, going to be 3rd and real short. Kahawks disguised that real well. Wasn't sure if Neighbors got the handoff. Reynolds really tucks down and then comes back up with it and take the gain of 5.
Sure will. So 3rd down and a long one or a short 2, no matter which way you want to look at it. Collinsville is on the move. Chase Reynolds in shotgun once again, hands the ball off to Neighbors. Neighbors is going to have a first down, and he gets the ball across the 40-yard line as the Kahawks approach midfield with 7.5 minutes left to play here in this second quarter.
Kahawk offensive line just got to win that battle. That can be a successful play all night, running between tackles and getting some big yards.
Again, we will have just a 10-minute halftime, so we are going to forego the Woods Basement Systems halftime show so we can get all of our sponsors in, since we're going to lose about 8 minutes of halftime time and try to get everybody home at a decent hour. There is a 1st and 10 play. Reynolds had to take a snap from the ground, and he fumbles the ball. Terriers got it right at the 39-yard line, and Reynolds is motioning forward like he threw that ball, and the referee says, no, you did not.
Almost think he was wanting to maybe dish it off. It didn't seem like an intentional motion, and he has an argument there, but unfortunate turnover there for the Kahawks.
Yeah, they were moving the ball pretty well there on that drive, but that drive comes to a close, and the Terriers will start off on Collinsville's 39-yard line. 1st down and 10. Woolley in shotgun once again. Mosey Graham stands over his left-hand shoulder. 2 wide receivers over on the far sideline. Woolley looks that way and then rolls out to his left. He gets a little tug from behind. Can't get it to go. He throws the ball, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was Braylon Berry right there in front of his bench. That'll stop the clock with 6:59 left to play here in this second quarter. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 now for the Terriers.
John Thomas nearly had Woolley wrapped up there. Couldn't complete it, and then Woolley got the pass off, but it was dropped.
Berry lines up as a wide receiver on the far side of the formation. Kalen Lilly is in the slot next to him. And he comes into motion, does Lilly. And Woolley back to pass. He's got a man open, but throws it well out in front of him, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10. Again, dealing with a wet ball, so you might have some problems here getting that ball out cleanly.
Yeah, the way the snap was, he didn't field it too cleanly to getting the snap, and then just really never moved his feet enough to fling that pass to the outside on the long side there.
Yeah, the referees don't even have any towels out there to wipe down the ball. The referees, he brought it back up, kind of rubbed it on his shirt. So, and the rain is still coming down. It's more of a light mist now than anything, but it's still wet out there. 3rd down and 10. Here's a snap. Woolley is going to go back to pass. He's being flushed out of the pocket. He's on the run. He looks, he throws, and it's almost intercepted, and then it's caught by the intended receiver in the first place. That's the 2nd time tonight that Collinsville has had a chance for an interception, couldn't hold on to it, and then the receiver ends up catching it.
It literally went right through Tongay's hands. He had it, and then it popped out, and it was caught by Graham.
So a fresh set of downs now for the Terriers. Boy, they have been lucky here a couple of times tonight. Here is an empty backfield. Woolley is going to go back to pass, throws it down the middle, and throws it short.
That was just the problem there. It was short. Berry was going to saunter into the end zone there for the touchdown, but he had to hold up and slide down for it, and it was in the ground there at the 1-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped at 6:37 left to play here in the second quarter. Collinsville up 7-2. After a 1 hour and 40-minute rain delay, we are finally back underway here. And Woolley back in shotgun. This time he has Graham over his right shoulder, and he's going to hand the ball off to Graham. Graham does a little zigzagging, and finally Devin Habermill brings him down, but not before a gain of about 8 on the play. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 2. Or 3rd down and 2, excuse me.
3rd and 2. First play was the incomplete, and then that. He had plenty of running room up the middle.
Another snap and another handoff to Graham, and Graham again tries to juke his way up the middle, and he gets brought down, and he's going to lose some yardage on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5.
He's juking around there, that second juke he tried to do, but he couldn't get out of the grass there, Tongay, and Tongay was not going to let him go.
Yeah, and apparently Carbondale has no intention on kicking any field goals here tonight, because they're going to go for it again on 4th down. This time it's a 4th and 5, ball on the 15-yard line, so they need to get down to the 10 for the 1st down. And this time we have Jace Trigg as the running back, and it's going to be Woolley who's going to go back to pass. He gets some pressure from behind, got out of a possible sack, throws the ball in the end zone, and it is
incomplete,
and Collinsville is going to get the ball back again.
Habermill had Woolley there for a second. He stayed elusive and got the pass off and had a man there in the end zone and just couldn't connect with him. And the Canucks
once again
dodge a bullet again following the turnover.
Yeah. So Collinsville will get the ball back. A little more decent field position than they got the ball back the last time they stopped the Terriers on 4th down. So Collinsville is going to have it 1st and 10 from their own 15. 5:28 left to play here in this first half.
Carbondale will get the ball to start the second half.
Chase Reynolds comes in late from the bench. Plenty of time left on the play clock to relay everything and spread that formation out. Rogers Parrott lines up on the far side. In the slot over there by him is Matt Reynolds. Loyal Patterson's the only wide receiver over here on the near side with Talon Neighbors as the lone running back. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Neighbors. He tries the right side, has a little bit of room, and then gets tackled from behind, and that tackle pushed him up about 2 or 3 more yards. That's a gain of 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 5 for Collinsville.
Had some good running room initially. Did run into the back of Habermill, but was able to turn and kick it to the left a little bit. Gets the 5 yards.
So 2nd down and 5 for Collinsville. Clock continues to move. We're up to 5 minutes left to play here in this second quarter.
I'd like to see him target Rogers once here, see if he can't get the ball in his hands.
Here's the snap, and it's going to be a keeper by Reynolds, and Reynolds runs into some resistance, but pushes the ball forward. Looks like there's a guy trying to punch the ball out, and I think flag comes flying out. That is our first non-false start offside flag, and it might be because of that punching motion. I had like 3 or 4 times the guy in the white sleeves was trying to punch the ball out. Yeah, and that's the motion that the referee's making too. So that could be considered unsportsmanlike conduct. They're going to pull the flag.
I guess that's not any kind of penalty. I guess he thought something and they talked about it. And
yeah, well, it's fine if you're making contact with the ball, but if you miss that ball and you're making contact with the body of Chase Reynolds, that's a different story.
There's enough for a first down. Canucks will get the first down.
Yeah, they'll get right at the 25-yard line.
That was a weird play.
Yeah, it was. They ought to say something to that kid that was doing that. Make sure. We understand what you're trying to do, but if you make body contact with somebody and punch them in the ribs, you're going to be thrown out of this game.
Yeah, throwing a punch.
Yeah. 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 over here. That's Loyal Patterson on the near side. Neighbors remains the lone running back. He's over the left shoulder of Chase Reynolds. Now Rogers Parrott comes into motion, a pitch to him while he was in motion, and he cuts it up the middle and gets out to about the 29-yard line. So we'll pick up a 4 on the play. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 6.
Glad to see Rogers get a touch there. Got to get the ball in his hands and have him make a play there. Not a pass play. If the rain falling, passes may not be something they want to do, but you got to get the ball into your playmaker's hands.
Reynolds lines up as the slot receiver. Patterson over here on the near side. Rogers Parrott on the far side. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Neighbors. Neighbors has some blockers in front of him, and he'll have enough for a first down. Picked up about 6 or 7 on the play, and that'll move the chains.
Yeah, some great blocked upfield there. The likes of Jack Shepard on that right side and some other guys.
Logan Odell checks into the game for the first time tonight. Loyal Patterson will head off, so will Matt Reynolds. Rogers Parrott will come over here on this near side sideline. And more like a double tight end formation going on here. Have a new running back as well. Can't see the number as of yet, but he stands over the right shoulder of Chase Reynolds. And the handoff is going to go, well, Reynolds is going to keep it. Nice fake to Rome Richardson. And Chase gets about 6 on the play. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Different look there from the Kahawks. Just in there tight. Only one guy on the out in the near side, and then Chase fakes the handoff to Rome.
All right, same players are going to stay out there. Rome Richardson will remain the lone running back, and Amari Rogers Parrott is the only wide receiver in this formation. Now they kind of move things over, and Habermill will go take the tight end spot on the right side of the formation. Here's the snap, and Reynolds is going to keep it again, and he is going to find some success. He's got a first down. He's over toward the sideline, and then he gets run out of bounds, and he's into Terrier territory, and Collinsville will have a first down from Carbondale's 48-yard line.
just a power set. They got guys like Odell and Kroom and Habermill blocking, and the Cahoks are just punching it down there on Carbondale, taking their time, running this clock down.
2:45 left on that clock.
But why haven't they moved the chains?
Yeah, got to move the chains first. Now they brought a towel out to dry off that football a little bit. Hopefully the towel's not wet.
They seem to be talking about maybe some kind of penalty here as the two officials around the 42 are talking to each other.
Well, I don't see any flags.
They haven't moved the chains. I definitely don't see for the flags. There was kind of...
Oh, there is a flag.
Oh, they were blocking us out.
Ineligible man downfield? No.
On sportsmanlike
conduct.
There was some
it was after the play.
Stuff going on after the play there on that sideline. Wasn't exactly sure what it was. Offsetting penalties. Play should stand, I imagine.
Yeah, that was after the play, so the play will stand. Or it should. Wow.
No? Replay the play?
They did move the ball back. Yeah, they're going to replay the down. I thought it took place after the play.
Yeah, it was during that skirmish there on the Kahok sideline, but...
Yeah, it was thrown over here by the side judge on this side when everything was taking place on that side. So Colton Rhodes is out there. He wants an explanation. He's getting one. He'll put his headsets back on and head to the sideline. .245 left to play here in this second quarter. Second down and 4 for Collinsville. Ball still now on their 42-yard line. And looks like the same formation. Except there's no movement over here on this side to switch to the other side. And the snap and the handoff is going to go to Rome Richardson. And he's got a first down. And he's got more. He is off to the races, folks. Rome Richardson is going to score a touchdown from about 58 yards away. And Collinsville will add on to their lead.
Collinsville just going with the power football. Logan Odell and Montre Kroom back there blocking for him with the big offensive line in front. And Rome gets through. And then he's off the races, and Cahoks get the touchdown here just before the end of the second quarter in halftime.
Yeah. And Matt Reynolds on to try the extra point.
These could be some adventures, these kicking.
Yeah,
here.
I know.
I guess they're going to try this one, but if it goes bad, they may abandon it the rest of the game if it happens.
Here's the snap, hold by Chase Reynolds, and the kick is good. And Collinsville adds on to their lead, and the Kahawks now lead 14-2. Time for us to take a commercial break, and we'll be back here with the next kickoff to the Terriers in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Well, while we were waiting for the commercial to end, Collinsville kicked the ball off. It went end over end all the way up to the 35-yard line and bounced off of the player. Collinsville jumped on it, and the Kahawks have themselves a turnover, and they have the ball back.
Yeah, that wet ball.
Yep.
It's causing havoc out there. Smart play by the Kahawks there to just kind of just pop it up there around the 30, and maybe something will happen here. And now the offense is back out there. This Carbondale defense was getting beat up out there. Let's just continue to run the ball at them.
Yeah, I agree. Those end-over-end balls, they are hard to catch anyway. Dry, let alone wet. All right, Chase Reynolds and company back out in shotgun. Reynolds takes the snap. He's going to try the left-hand side. He's got some room. He breaks it out to the outside. He's going to go in, and he's going to score a touchdown. Oh, boy. Collinsville, on their first play after a fumble recovery on the kickoff, score a touchdown from 35 yards out. Chase Reynolds.
Flag on the Kahok sideline here. Hopefully this isn't coming back. May have just been some of the excitement, and they'll just do a warning. Hopefully the touchdown will stand, but another fantastic play by the Kahoks. Just, like I said, just run it at them again. Their defense has got to be tired. They didn't get a break. This makes me think this is just going to be a sideline violation.
Holding.
Nope, holding. Okay, well.
Yeah,
I don't know how the hold on that side even mattered. It's on the Kahok sideline, and they ran it here to the near side. So forget that touchdown. How did that even matter in the play?
I don't know.
Coach would want some kind of explanation.
Well, we will have to do this all over again, and they're going to, are they going to mark off any yardage here?
I think they did mark off the yardage. I think it's basically going to be a repeat. It was 10 yards from where they gained the yard to gain, so now it's just going to be a repeat the play.
Well, now they're going to pick the ball up and move it. Well, all the way back to the 45-yard line. They're not going to give them 10-yard penalty is usually a holding penalty.
I think the question might be.
Now we're going to pick it up and move it back the other way.
I think the question might be, did he gain the first down previously?
Well, apparently
doesn't
not.
appear so. So it's going to be 1st and 13.
Yeah. Looks about that way. Okay. All that excitement of a touchdown call pulled back. I didn't even see the flag come out. Reynolds is going to keep it again, and he's going to try the same side again. Here comes another flag. That flag I did see, and that was thrown by the head referee, so that is going to be probably another holding call.
Yeah, real slow developing play there for the Kahoks. I figured there's going to be some kind of hold.
I keep on seeing the referee like maybe talking to a microphone. Who is exactly he talking to?
They probably have a system to talk to each other.
Oh.
So he communicates whatever he needs. Like probably in that case, he's probably telling the one with the chains to make sure the chain crew does not move. I have a penalty.
So back-to-back holding calls against Collinsville is going to set them back into their, well, still in Terrier territory at the 48-yard line. 2 minutes left to play here in this first half. And the Kahawks going back to work. Neighbors is back in there running back, and he will take the handoff, and he'll go up the middle, and he'll get some positive yardage, but Collinsville still going to be woefully short of the original line of scrimmage by about 10 yards, so that's going to bring up a third down and about 20, and all kinds of hankies come flying out.
Things are getting real chippy down in there. All kinds of pushing and shoving as they were trying to pull everybody off of Neighbors. Andre Crewman ended up at the bottom of that pile.
And Coach Rhodes comes out and meets Caleb Patton about 10 yards from the sideline and tells him to go to the bench.
Yeah, that's just something you don't need.
Nope.
Some extra stuff.
And you would figure they would learn that after last week. Yep, it's just going to go against Collinsville this time.
Collinsville, I believe you've said the offender will assume.
Yeah.
The Kahoks
that's going to cost them 15 yards, and Collinsville's just continuing to go backwards here after a touchdown was taken off the board.
After the touchdown was taken off the board, the successful onside kick. At this point, you might hope to just waste the rest of the time of the half. Because now it's second and
forever.
10, 20, 35.
And they got to get all the way to the 25-yard line for a first down, and right now the ball is near the 40-yard line in the opposite direction.
Second and 35, 36.
And there's still a flag over here on the ground that this referee needs to pick up too.
I think it's Carbondale has all their timeouts, so you think they're going to...
Yeah, both teams have all their timeouts. That's true.
Well, Coach wants some more explanation here from the White Hat.
Yeah.
Talking to both officials over there, and don't think he's going to change their mind about anything. But
No, they're not going to change their mind about anything, but maybe Colton Rhodes is wanting him to watch out because maybe, Carbondale did something wrong too that they didn't catch. And, well, I tell you what, Coach is getting his money's worth, isn't he?
Oh, they threw him out.
Oh, they did.
He gave the signal to eject him, and I think Caleb Patton is ejected.
I believe you might be correct. All right.
So that's why Coach is upset, saying, come on, it wasn't just him out down there. How you throw my guy out?
36 yards needed for a first down. Here's a pass and that should be a flag too. No flag there. Rogers Parrott wants one, but he's not going to get one.
Yeah, so on that left tackle spot, Quincy Johnson went down early in the game. Now Caleb Patton came in, and now he's ejected, and so now the Canucks are down to their third guy on that left side, and Jaden Harris, left tackle now.
Mac Fenton providing the coverage against Rogers Parrott, and looks like there was some contact made as they were both running down the field, but referees kept their flags in their pockets this time. So, third down and 36 to go for a first down here for Collinsville. Chase Reynolds is in shotgun. Neighbor stands over his right shoulder, and Rogers Parrott is the only wide receiver in this set. He's on the opposite side this time. Neighbors is going to take the run and just get a little bit of room for Matt Reynolds in which to work with.
Fully expecting Carbondale to call timeout here, and they do.
So Carbondale will call a timeout. They'll have 2 timeouts left, 1:42 left on the clock. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
It's probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream home, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahok Sports Network and Kahok Athletics. Back here at Carbondale, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. And Collinsville, 4th down and 32, will have to punt the ball away. As going deep is Braylon Berry. He will stand around his own 25-yard line. Matt Reynolds will kick this ball from about his own 30. Here's the kick, and it is high. And they're going to let it bounce, and it's going to take a Collinsville roll. Trying to get it before it goes in the end zone. They will. It'll be down around the 2-yard line, and that's where the Terriers will have to start with 1:29 left on the clock. What an awesome punt that was by Matt Reynolds.
Great punt, great bounce, rolls all the way in. Let's get our safety back.
Yeah, there you go.
Gave up 2 points on a safety. And get our full 2-touchdown lead back. Maybe get the ball back here and try again. Nearly had that back-to-back touchdowns.
Almost.
And everything went off the rails there with penalties and ejections and everything that could go wrong for the Canucks, but they come out of it here and have the Terriers back at their own 1.
Davin Woolley will be in his end zone when he takes this snap. And he will have Mossy Graham. Now he's going to go under center instead of being in shotgun. He'll hand the ball off to Graham. Graham almost got stuffed into the end zone. Now they'll push him back into the end zone, but they will give him forward progress, I believe, and he'll be down at the 1.
Yeah, you got enough progress there to get the ball completely out of the end zone. Tonge wrapped him up and pushed him back. They're still pretty far back there, and the Canucks will call timeout.
Yeah, Canucks are going to call a timeout, so once again, we'll step aside for a quick timeout ourselves, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
We love to have you come work for the city of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
Back here at Carbondale High School, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. A 1st and 10. Almost resulted in a safety there as Mosey Graham was almost stuffed into the end zone. And Collinsville calls a timeout because they have maybe some intentions on getting the ball back with a little bit of time left. 1:16 left to play here in this first half. After a 1 hour and 40-minute rain delay, we are running a little late. The rain has totally stopped, so that's not an issue anymore, but I'm sure the field is still wet. Now, Woolley is in shotgun in the end zone. Man goes into motion, and he'll receive the handoff, and he'll try this right side, and he'll get it out to about the 6 or 7 yard line before he's finally brought down. And we'll see if anybody wants to call a timeout now. Clock continues to run. Right now we have 1 minute to go here in this first half.
Yeah, I think now you're at that point where it's sort of a situation where neither team is too inclined to call a timeout.
Need to get it to the 12 for a first down, so that's a 2nd and 5, or a 3rd and 5, excuse me. Woolley is back to pass, gets a little pressure, gets out of it, heads toward his sideline and slides down, and a flag comes in for a late hit by Loyal Patterson. He, threw himself out there before Woolley started that slide, but because he made contact during the slide, they're going to go ahead and give him the flag. Personal foul, and that is going to give the Terriers another 15 yards, 40.8 seconds left to play, and the clock will stop since the penalty flags are thrown.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Loyal. Just trying to make a play on a guy who's running upfield. The quarterback does decide to give himself up after about 20 yards, but you're still trying to make a play on a guy.
Yeah. Patterson dove for him right before he started the slide and then hit him while he was sliding. So,
yeah, how are you supposed to know he's going to slide?
Yeah. Here's the snap. Woolley back to pass. He will launch one downfield, and Chase Reynolds is in the way. No flag on the play, and they could have probably thrown one because Chase never did turn around and look for that ball, but the referees kept their flags in their pockets this time. That'll stop the clock on the incomplete pass. 31.6 seconds left to play here in this second quarter.
It was a shot down the field and more than 15 yards, so in pass interference, you're only going to get 15 yards in high school. So that's the best play you can make if you're Chase. If you don't get called for it, even better.
All right, so that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Terriers can get a first down at their own 45-yard line. Woolley is in shotgun once again. Mosey Graham stands over his left shoulder. 3 wide receivers on the left side of the formation. Low snap. Woolley picks it up, and he'll roll. He'll start to move forward, and now he's off to the races, and then he'll slide down, and the Terriers will call a timeout.
A lot of the Cahoks were afraid to engage him and try to tackle him after he slid down before. A few guys
probably could have ran a little bit longer, too.
You guys just eased off there and was just waiting for him to slide himself down. Carbondale calls their another timeout.
They have 1 left.
22 seconds left. They're in business.
Well, they're not going to try to kick a field goal, so they're going to try to go for the end zone or bust. We'll keep it right here for this one. So first down at Collinsville's 44-yard line. So that's how many yards that the Terriers have to travel if they have intentions on scoring a touchdown before this half ends. And as Chris mentioned a little while ago, Carbondale gets the ball back to begin the second half after they deferred after they won the coin toss.
And so defense needs to stiffen up here. They're only going to get a 10-minute break, and they're going to have to be right back out there.
Carbondale Terriers marching band will not be playing at halftime. They have a competition to go to tomorrow, and most of those kids have already went home.
Apple something.
Yeah, something or other Apple thing. Not sure.
Maybe in Cobden or something. They're the apple knockers.
I don't know. All right, first down and 10 for Carbondale from Collinsville's 44-yard line. Woolley in shotgun. Graham moves over to the right-hand side. One wide receiver over here on this side, and that is Braylon Berry. And a low snap once again. Woolley is going to try to move forward with it. Runs into some resistance. Gets outside. Throws the ball downfield, and that's going to fall incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 14 seconds left here in this first half. And it'll bring up a second down and 10.
Frazier and Jordan from the Kahok defensive line got right there on Woolley and had a chance at bringing him down, but then Woolley just threw a bad pass. So that brings the clock down to 14 seconds.
14 seconds it is. Barry and Lilly line up as wide receivers on the far side. And Woolley in shotgun. This time his running back is over the left shoulder. And the snap. Woolley going back to pass again. He looks down the middle. He throws down the middle, and that is almost picked off. There was 3 Collinsville Kahawks in there, man. Woolley was trying to thread the needle.
4.
Yeah.
Basically 4 Kahawks in there, and they all just swatted away at it, and the clock's now at 8.4.
That was intended for Bryce McKinney's.
Carbondale's
And
gonna
that'll bring up 3rd and 10.
They're going to need to try for a larger piece of the pie here and get down the field here. They got 1 timeout, so they don't need to go for it all here.
8.4 seconds left to play here in this first half.
It's got to be quick.
Woolley in shotgun. 3 wide receivers on the left side of the formation. And there's a little running play, and now he's going to take off, and he's going to run out of bounds. And, there's another late flag. My goodness.
Going to get Tonge on the late hit out of bounds, and this is going to set up Carbondale. 2.1 seconds left. They're going to get the ball at the 20 and have one last shot at the end zone.
Yep.
Kahawks less than disciplined here.
This is kind of some of the same stuff that we saw last week.
Carbondale gets the ball at the 20. This will be the last play, barring a penalty. And we'll go to halftime, hopefully.
Well,
so Carbondale.
Are we going to be up 14-2 or 14-9? I'm hoping 14-2.
They'll use their final timeout and draw something up.
Yeah. So we will take a very quick timeout as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahawk games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. Back here at Carbondale High School, Todd Duke is my name. Chris Keller on the other microphone, running the camera for us tonight as well, in one of the smallest booths I have ever been in my life. It does have air conditioning, though. But, we have the window open, or else it would not look good on the camera if we had the window closed.
Yeah, like at Eastern Illinois. Hey, we can see in the reflection.
Yeah, I know.
What do you want us to do?
Yeah, and unfortunately only one window opens. It slides from left to right, and I'm standing in front of the actual window that's still here, and it's got this glare on it because of the light in the booth, so it's hard to see sometimes, but I am managing. Here is Woolley in shotgun. Final play of this first half. He'll throw it down the middle, and on the ground the player goes, and the clock has hit 0.
He caught it, but
no flags on the play, so that is the way that the first half comes to a close. It was a completed pass all the way down to the 2-yard line, but the player couldn't stay up on his feet to get it into the end zone, and Collinsville will dodge a bullet there after all kinds of flags on the last couple of possessions by both of these teams. And we have a shortened halftime, so we only have a 10-minute halftime, so no halftime show for you today. And again, we apologize to Woods Basement Systems, and we will take a commercial break, and we will come back with second half action, and we will do that here in just moments, as we'll be back in a little while here on the Kahok Sports Network. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS Class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS Class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS Class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS Class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at collinsvilledailynews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of Kahawk sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at collinsvilledailynews.com, on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News. Diamonds for Kahawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Once again, we welcome you back here to Carbondale. We are at halftime. It is a shortened halftime, and we are about halfway through that 10-minute period. Wanted to come back and do a brief recap on what has happened so far. We got underway on time, and in the first quarter, Collinsville gave up a safety when they were facing a 4th and very long. Matt Reynolds was due to punt from the end zone. The snap went through his legs and rolled out the end line in the end zone to give Carbondale a 2-0 lead. And so far, that is all Carbondale has been able to score because, about 4 minutes later, Collinsville put together a drive that was capped off by a 25-yard touchdown run by Chase Reynolds. The extra point by Matt Reynolds was good. Collinsville led 7-2, and that took us almost to the end of the first quarter. And when the first quarter ended, we all came back out onto the field to get ready for quarter number 2, but the weather had other ideas in mind. A little lightning strike delayed everything for an hour and 40 minutes. We got back on at about 9:10, and with 2:17 left to go in that second quarter, Collinsville put together another little drive, but it was capped off by a big run, a 58-yard touchdown run by Rome Richardson, and the extra point was good. Collinsville went up 14-2, and the Terriers tried as they could to try to come back and put some points on the board before the end of half, but they fell just a couple of yards short. We had a lot of flags in that second quarter, especially late in the second quarter, and a lot of them belonged to Collinsville, unfortunately, and that didn't help matters much. But the defense did their job just fine and held at the very end on a desperation shot from the 20-yard line, and the receiver did catch the ball for Carbondale down at the 2, but unfortunately for him, he fell to the ground, and that ended the play right there, and time had run out, and that was all she wrote for the first half. So we have just a couple of minutes left to go here before we bring you second half action, and we will do that in just a moment right here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at CollinsvilleBarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. To celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning. Call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187. Once again, we welcome you back here to Carbondale. We are almost ready to begin the second half of action. It says we have 20 seconds left on the clock here for halftime, but both teams are at their respective ends of the field trying to warm up once again. So I'm kind of wondering, are they going to add 3 more minutes on there? You're going to tell us that it's 13 minutes instead of 10 minutes. And we will see if we can. We'll find out here in a second once the time runs out on this game, on this halftime clock. Yeah, probably.
We could go through some scores here looking at the IHSA page.
Yeah. Well, we just heard over the loudspeaker here that Marion has downed Mount Vernon tonight by a score of 37-34, and that's exactly what they did. They put 3 minutes back up on the clock. So Marion beat Mount Vernon 37-34, and Collinsville plays at home against Mount Vernon next week.
Yeah. Altoff, sound like Deer Hill had a huge game, 49-21 over Belleville East.
Cahokia just ran.
Cahokia ran it up on Granite.
All over Granite.
76-0.
76-0, man.
Triad beat Alton. This IHSA has, well, that's half. I think it was 43-25 was the final. IHSA doesn't have the final. St. Mary's Catholic out of Missouri beat Fallon 36-23. Roxana beat CM 51-12.
Cardinals lost up in Toronto 4-3 as Sajasi hit his first career home run, and that tied the game 3-3. And I think, did it go to 10 innings?
Or was it? Yeah, it went to extra.
Yeah, I thought so.
Was it just 10? It was 11. 11
innings, okay.
The Breeze Schools Central beat Redbud 48-21. Mater Dei beat Effingham 35-20. Our friend Zach Roseman was at Freeburg, and Chester beat Freeburg 31-14.
Yeah, and we heard the guy over the PA system here talk about a couple of games that are in weather delays. I think one just up the road in DuQuoin.
Madison, Dupo beat Madison 38-28. Mascouda beat Riverview Gardens 35-0. DuQuoin. Yeah, I don't see that one. Thrilling stuff here.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize that they were going to put that same 3 minutes on the clock that they normally do. I thought we were just going to do 10 minutes, and that was it.
Yeah, usually because of the band or something, they space out the extra 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But hopefully everybody who got delayed is able to get going. There's nothing worse than having to come back the next day.
Yep, especially when you're driving a long distance.
Drive a long distance, have to pay another ref crew. And, you know, that's definitely what Collinsville didn't want to do today, come all the way back here like we did in 2019 in Lincoln.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that well.
Just played a couple minutes of that game,
yeah,
too.
I know. And the Lightning was like 30 miles away.
Player broke his leg.
Yeah, Aaron Moulton, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rendered his basketball season after that kind of.
Yeah, I think he came in late in the basketball season. Yeah. And didn't play that much. I think it was more kind of like ceremoniously playing time for Aaron.
But anyway, yeah, that was another night on a long trip, and we had to come back. Well, you didn't come back.
No, I couldn't. I had a wedding to go to.
So the Kahawks will kick off to start the second half.
All right. Second half action almost ready to get underway here. I think some fans went home, too. I think there was more fans over on the other side of the field for the Kahawks than there are now. So some of them probably went home. I know some people got things to do on Saturdays. Didn't want to wait around. And, I mean, we were already, this is about the time we probably would have been on the road heading back. And now we're.
Yeah, and you got to, worry about the kids. It was a school day. This is becoming a very long day now. So you had to load up on the bus and ride. So what do the Kahawks got left for the second half? They haven't been a second half team at all yet this year.
No, they haven't scored any points in the second half of either game so far. So we'll see.
This night carries along here. Been a long day.
All right, Matt Reynolds is ready to kick this ball off. And Braylon Berry is one of the deep guys. And another short kick. And this one is going to be caught, and down goes the player before he has a chance to lose that ball. And I believe that was maybe Kalen Lilly that ended up catching that ball. No, that was number 5, not number 4. So Lorenzo Eckford was the one who caught that ball. I looked down there and see that guy's yellow shoes again. I thought there was another flag.
Some guy jumped on his belt and back, said, just stay down. We want the ball. We're going to start here. And defense see if they got enough of a break here. They've done their job and haven't allowed any points for the Carbondale offense. Only the safety so far.
1st and 10 for the Terriers from their own 37, and the give is to Mosey Graham, and Graham will get a nice chunk of yardage. You'll get about 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and about 2 to go for a 1st.
Just swing the ball to the outside there, run to the far side, and see if your guy can't beat the defense, and does enough to get about 7-8 yards.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 2. Ball on the Terriers' 46-yard line. You just need to get it up to the 48 for a 1st down. And once again, Mosey Graham is the lone setback. Trips to the left on this formation for Carbondale, and it's going to be a throw behind the line of scrimmage, and it's off of the hands of Mosley Graham, and they're going to say that that was just an incomplete pass. I think he was afraid that it was a lateral pass backwards, but it wasn't. He was afraid of losing that ball and having someone from the Kahawks jump on it, but it turns into an incomplete pass to bring up 3rd down and 2.
Even though they never went across the line of scrimmage, it's still a forward pass.
Yeah, it's still forward.
And just incomplete. But, yeah, if you're the receiver on that or the guy getting the ball, you got to be certain that you come up with it anyway, because you definitely don't want to have the turnover and not go for the ball and have it be called a lateral. I
think he was more worried about turning upfield and running than he was catching the ball, and now they're going to go ahead and give.
Kahawks were going to bring the heat. Tongay was kind of flying in, and Carbondale held up there, and Tongay went flying across the line there, and they'll give the Terriers the 1st down on the penalty.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
The Kahawks are ready to bring the heat there.
They're going to give they just tossed out some gloves for Mosey Graham, so maybe his hands are a little bit wet, so he's going to throw on some gloves for maybe a little better traction on that ball. So 1st and 10 from Collinsville's 49-yard line now for Carbondale. Fresh set of downs for the Terriers. And a man comes into motion. Here's the snap, and Barry's going to get the handoff as he comes into motion, and he is going to go absolutely nowhere. Devin Habermill got first contact. Tongay in there as well. And they will give him progress to the 50-yard line. So that'll be a loss of 1 on the play, and we'll bring up a 2nd down and 11.
Slow developing play coming around to his near side, and he just ends up running into the hands of Habermill. And if you do that, you're not going to go any farther.
Yeah, well, the line judge on the far side had him at a loss for a yard, but the one on the near side gave him progress back to the line of scrimmage. So instead of 2nd and 11, it's 2nd down and 10. And here's the snap. Woolley is going to pass. He's going to throw it quickly, and he's going to find Barry. And Barry is going to get about 9 yards, and he'll be 1 yard shy of the 1st down. Ball on the Collinsville 40.
Barry with the move, got past Reynolds there, but good thing Ramel Ballinger was just behind him there to stop Barry from getting the 1st down, so it'll be 3rd and 1.
So now Barry and Lilly will line up over on the right side of the formation. And again, Graham, the lone running back, he'll move from the right side to the left side of Woolley. Woolley in shotgun, and the snap, and it's a handoff to Graham. He'll have the 1st down. He'll have a little bit more, and then he runs into a brick wall there and goes down hard. I believe that was probably more damage to the Collinsville player, and that was Jamonte Thomas who applied the hit.
Yeah,
he's a little shaken up.
He's getting shaken off, and Loyal's going to say, hey, get my guy out of here.
Yeah, we're going to swap him out for Zach Priest.
Zach Priest will come in, and the flag trainer comes out, and we'll check on Thomas here as he is going to need a little help.
Yeah, a little woozy.
He's on his own feet, but maybe got his clock cleaned there a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see if he comes back out a little later.
Another fresh set of downs for the Terriers as they move deeper into Collinsville territory. 1st and 10 from the Collinsville 30. And this time, Graham stands over the right-hand shoulder of Woolley, and he'll take the handoff, try the left side of the formation, and he'll be thrown down out of bounds right in front of the Terrier bench, and I think it might be a loss on the play.
It was Tonge that got the penetration into the backfield there. Made Graham kick it to the outside more, and he never got upfield, and it is loss on the play.
Yep, loss of 1 on the play, so that'll bring up a 2nd down and 11. Woolley in the backfield by himself, takes the snap, rolls out to his right, looking to throw, being chased by Habermill, and the catch is complete. And up the sideline goes the Terrier, and a touchdown by Carbondale.
Throw was high. He had to go up high and catch it there, and then after that, I don't think any Cahoks knew where the ball was. He had the easiest jaunt ever to the end zone. Barry with the touchdown.
Yeah.
So the Cahoks kept the Terriers off the board, at least as far as their offense throughout the first half, but Carbondale goes right down the scores here to kick off the second half.
And are they gonna? They're not going to go for a kick on the 2-point on the conversion, are they? All kinds of movement on this formation. Now they are.
Shift the guys over and then do come into the.
Yeah, here's Andrew
formation.
Stevens. High snap, and they're not going to get that kickoff, but they're going to get a 2-point conversion out of it. How about that?
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Busted play. He just got it and just threw it, and one guy caught it and trucked in for the 2-point conversion.
Well, that makes it 14-10 in favor of Collinsville. And I tell you what, man, there's been a few plays tonight that the Terriers have just had some really special luck.
Who caught the ball? Was he an eligible receiver?
Maybe not.
I think this is an eligible receiver.
Incomplete pass. Yep. Ineligible receiver downfield, and
yeah, and that's illegal touching.
So take the 2 points off. Now we're going to get an explanation for the head coach.
So take those
Ryan
two
Lee.
off.
Yeah.
Even in any formation, you're only going to have so many guys eligible. The numbers aren't coming to me right now.
Yeah, well.
But
I guess everybody's happy with the explanation. And
the 2 guys on the end and the 3 in the backfield are your eligible receivers. The other 6 guys aren't eligible to catch the ball.
So instead of 14-10, it's 14-8. Terriers are down by 6. Collinsville is going to get the ball back. Loyal Patterson and Matt Reynolds deep. The next level, you find DeAndre Brown along with Michael Tonge. And Andrew Stevens is ready to kick off. Stevens on the year.
See how Carbondale plays this. They have an interesting formation. These 3 guys come running at the ball. Nope, but then they go back.
And that one is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. That is the 5th touchback by Stevens this year.
He said he had a few.
Yeah.
Just booms that one through.
He has no field goals on the year, so they don't really try him too much for field goals. He does have 4 extra points on the year. So Collinsville will get the ball, and they will start in their own territory. 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for Collinsville from their own 20-yard line.
Oh.
9:04 left to play here in this 3rd quarter.
Kahok offense needs the answer here.
That they do. They really need to find a way to score some points in the second half of ball games. Rogers Parrott lines up as a wide receiver over here. Now a bunch of movement as Habermill will take his spot as the tight end on the left side. Handoff is going to go to Neighbors. Neighbors goes that side, and he'll pick up some positive yardage. He'll get 5 up to the 25, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 5.
Sticking with the power football, just bringing in them extra blockers, and they're creating some room for Neighbors to get up the field. We'll take 5 at a time.
Now this time Rogers Parrott lines up as the wide receiver on the far side of the field. Collinsville looks intent on running a lot here in this second half. They'll hand the ball off to Neighbors again. He'll go up the middle, and he will be close to a 1st down. Might be about a yard short, maybe a half a yard short.
Bring the play back to the other side this time. Don't want to sell it to one side or the other. They bring it back to the right, and they're going to give the Kahok the first
down. Wow. So Collinsville moves the chains, and they have a first down at their own 30-yard line.
Neighbors
Tip of that
subs
ball
out.
is just touching that white stripe that represents the 30. Rogers Parrott lines up again as the wide receiver.
I think Neighbors subbed out.
I think he did too. And the fake handoff to Rome Richardson. It's going to be a keeper by Chase Reynolds. Reynolds goes up the left side. He's got some room, and he'll still continue to push that pile. No whistle yet. And at the end, we might have a first down out of this, and we will.
Going.
Yeah, he is. And the whistle is blown. They got to stop. Got into that trouble last week. Well, that was more on the Collinsville defense last week, but this time Chase Reynolds, man, he's like, I'm not going down.
He was still up and moving, and they finally kind of held him up a little bit. If Montre Kroom could have freed him, Reynolds could have been gone.
As it was, it's an 11-yard pickup, so Collinsville has another fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Rome Richardson remains in there as the lone running back. And in shotgun, snap, handoff goes to Richardson. He tries the right side, cuts it up, and he'll get something out of nothing. He was about to be brought down to the line of scrimmage, but he'll pick up about 2 yards on the play.
I think he thought he was going to get some room there to the outside and wasn't going to be able to be fast enough to get there, and made the smart move to cut it back inside and get what he could. 2 yards, and they'll bring Neighbors back in, switch him back out.
Yep, Neighbors will come in, and Rogers Parrott will line up over here on this side. Habermill is tucked in as the tight end over on the left side of the formation. And Chase Reynolds in shotgun, takes the snap, hands the ball off to Neighbors, and Neighbors gets met immediately and still manages to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Just didn't really follow his blocks enough. Looked like some good blocks. Habermill leading the way, Odell in there, and Kroom. And Neighbors just kind of lost his way there. The Canucks don't get much on that play.
Well, really not much of a gain there, so it'll bring up 3rd down and about 8. Looks more like 7 from here, though. Yep, they changed it on the scoreboard to 3rd down and 7. 6:25 and counting here in quarter number 3. I never did change that, did I?
Oh.
How about we do that now? There we go. So 3rd down and 7. Here's the snap, and it's going to be another keeper here by Reynolds, and he is lucky that he got that much yardage because he was kind of trapped a little bit at the line of scrimmage, but still managed to keep those feet moving and probably picked up about 5 yards, so that's going to bring up a 4th down and 3.
To pick up that ball by his shoestrings. I don't know if that was going to be a design play as Rome Richardson missed the opportunity for the carry if they were going to hand it off to him. And it looks like the Canucks may at least look like they're going to go for it here.
Yeah.
Try to throw them off sides.
Rome Richardson is back in there at running back. And a little movement up front. Richardson's going to keep it, and he's going to get the first down. Nice little straight shot right up the middle.
That's how you win it there. Just gut shot right up the middle there. Get that 3-4 yards and more.
That he did. Into Terrier territory. I got to slow down when I say that, man. Those 2 words are very similar.
The Canucks get the 4th down.
Yeah. 46-yard line is where the ball sits in Carbondale territory. Rogers Parrott will head over to the far sideline as a wide receiver. Richardson stays in. He's over the left-hand side of Chase Reynolds. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a keep. Nice fake handoff. Reynolds has got some room to work. He's up the sideline, and he's going to go all the way in for a Kahok touchdown. No flags on the play.
Everybody on Carbondale been on that one. The fake to the right, and then Chase switches it up and goes to the left. Some big blocks there. The Canucks answer right back with a touchdown of their own.
So Chase Reynolds does it again.
I'd be tempted to go for 2 here.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's 20-8.
You got a sure-footed kicker, though, so I don't know. Matt Reynolds on for the extra point try. And a high snap, and that one's going to be too low, and we're going to miss the extra point on that one. And that is going to make the game 20-8. in favor of Collinsville.
My thought there is might want to stretch that out to 14. 12 and 13 aren't much of a difference. But Cats go for the kick and don't get it anyway.
No, they do not. So we have a timeout while we wait for the ensuing kickoff. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Back here at Carbondale High School, Todd Duke and Chris Kettler. We had a 1 hour and 40-minute weather delay due to lightning. Finally got back underway about 9:10. Matt Reynolds kicks this ball a little farther than he has been. Takes a bounce, and Barry has it. And he was looking for a blocker and had one for a minute, and then goes down at about the 21-yard line. So that is where the Terriers will begin their next drive.
Well, back-to-back touchdowns, one for each team. Both missed their extra points. So 6-6 quarters so far.
That's Collinsville's first points in the second half so far this year. So that's nice to see. They got that monkey off their back. Now I'd like to see some more, but first we have to get the ball back. Woolley and company back out there. Wide receivers, two of them on the left side, and the handoff is going to go to Graham, and Graham is going to go absolutely nowhere. He's going to lose a couple of yards.
Yeah, big loss there. Kahok defense standing tall there, not letting him go anywhere. Big guy in there. Nico Patton, looks like he could stop a few guys.
Two wide receivers again over here on this near side sideline. Braylon Berry is in the slot. Mosey Graham remains the lone running back. Here's the snap. And Woolley rolls out to his left, points, and he's going to get taken out of bounds. Oh, don't do it again. Don't throw him down when he's that close to the sideline.
I don't even know why he engaged him and grabbed him. It sounded like...
I'm pretty sure the whistle already had blown,
too.
too.
The whistle was blowing, and I was like, oh, no, he's going to get a penalty there, but
so
it wasn't as bad as it looked from up here.
I guess not. Barely any gain on that play, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11 for Carbondale. 4 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Collinsville up 20-8 and looking to get the ball back after another stop here. Woolley in shotgun. 3 wide receivers on the far side and a bad snap. He has to bend down to pick it up. He rolls out and launches the ball downfield to almost, I was going to say no one, but at the last second, man, I tell you what, this receiver out here closed that ground pretty well. I believe that was Bryce McKinney's, who almost got there in time to get that ball, but it's going to be 4th down and 11 for Carbondale. They have yet to punt here tonight.
Well, they punted once.
Did they? Oh, yeah, they did that.
They didn't really look initially like a punt, and then Woolley popped back and kicked it.
Yeah, I do remember that now.
So now Loyal will go back here to receive this one, see if we can't get a return.
Loyal Patterson at midfield. And we're going to get a guy up for a wide receiver, because if they don't do it, now they are, and it's going to go to no one. And it's going to slow down a bit at the 40-yard line, and that's where Carbondale will touch it up. So all in all, Collinsville gets the ball in pretty decent field position at their own 40.
Well, we'll take it. They go for the confusion there to take away their turn for the Chaos.
There was no one covering the slot receiver that was lined up over on the right side of that formation. And at the last second, it looked like John Thomas kind of ran over there, but Loyal Patterson had already left to go cover the guy just in case. So Collinsville's offense back on the field. We'll see if they can put together another drive here and add on to that lead. Right now it's 20-8, 3:43 left to play here in quarter number 3. Rogers Parrott goes out as a wide receiver on the far side. Neighbors is back in there as the running back. And Chase Reynolds in shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Neighbors. Neighbors gets up to the line of scrimmage and then gets taken down. He got about a yard, I believe.
Kahok's trying to continue to pound it on the ground, run the clock down here. Got a 2-touchdown lead. It's been pretty successful so far, just running the ball here.
Yeah. Reynolds, Neighbors, and Rome Richardson doing a lot of that running.
Thomas went off hurt on that play defensively, and we haven't seen him back out there carrying the ball.
Has Collinsville even tried to pass here in the second half?
Probably not.
I don't think so. I can't remember one. Rogers Parrott will come over here to this side now.
And with the rain earlier, you didn't want to do any risky passes.
Yeah.
It's kind of stopped raining now, but I think they want to keep it on the ground and continue working the clock here with a 2-touchdown lead.
5 seconds left on the play clock,
Ooh.
and there's jumping up front, and that's going to cost the Terriers about 5 yards.
They really bet on something there. Reynolds barking out for the ball. Knew they weren't going to snap it yet. And
yeah, they only had about 5 seconds on the play clock to get the play off anyway. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 for Collinsville. Ball close to midfield at the Collinsville 46-yard line. Same formation. Devin Habermill lines up as the tight end on the left side of the formation. Neighbors stands to the right of Reynolds. Here's the snap. And the handoff goes to Neighbors. Neighbors is going to have a 1st down, and he's going to have some more. He cuts, he zigs, he zags, he's heading toward the sideline, and he'll hold on to the ball all the way down to about the 26-yard line. 1st down, Kahawks.
Yeah, great run there. Just continue to follow your blocks. That's been the story so far for the Kahawks. Good job getting the outside there. There was only one-on-one containment, so they knew it wasn't going to get the whole way in. After the big run, Neighbors would go out and they'll get the fresh body in there and of Rome Richardson. As Kahawks get this here down near the 25.
Yeah. And
I like this switching off the running backs and
Yeah.
getting the fresher guy in there.
why not? Seems to be working. A little shift.
Those 3 guys shift: Odell, Habermill, and Kroom.
Yeah. And Reynolds is going to keep this one. Tries to follow his blockers, but he's not going to go anywhere. He's going to lose a bunch of yardage.
Odell just lost his guy there, unfortunately, and resulted in a busted play here. And with this plan here to run the ball, when you take a big loss like that, it's really going to hurt you there. And now the Kahawks, well, they're just going to try for something positive here. But if it's 3rd and long, they may have to finally go to their first pass here in the second half.
Yeah, looks like about 2nd down and 16 to go here. Clock continues to move with 1:40 left to play here in this 3rd quarter. Chase is in shotgun once again, and the handoff is going to go to Rome Richardson. He bounces off one of his own players and gets it up to about the 30-yard line before they'll whistle that play down.
They're always trying to punch out the ball in Carbondale there.
Yeah.
Anytime there.
Yeah, didn't get it to the 30-yard line. Got it up to the 32-yard line, so 3rd down and long still for Collinsville here. Clock continues to move. 1:10 left to play here in quarter number 3.
Well,
Collinsville up 20-8.
Probably in 4-down territory.
I would assume so.
Punt wouldn't accomplish much, and don't think they'd try for a 50-yard field goal.
I would think not.
So you just want to get something good and positive here.
Got to get it inside the 20 for a 1st down. Rome Richardson remains the running back. He stands over the right-hand shoulder of Chase. Reynolds, Rogers Parrott over there on that far side sideline as the lone wide receiver. And back to passes. Reynolds, and he is going to get thrown down. Oh, now he gets up, starts talking some smack. And don't push back, man.
Yep, the referee threw his hat. And
Man,
now
that was already going to go against Carbondale. And then, man, don't retaliate.
Kahawks got to be smarter than that. We resulted in an ejection earlier.
Well, I mean, not only did the guy talk smack after he got the big quarterback sack, but I believe he smacked Chase Reynolds in the helmet. And that's when the flag came out. And then Reynolds had to go and retaliate and offsetting penalties. So we will do the down all over again. But, man, oh, man.
And after that, it looks like they're going to tell Chase to have a seat, go calm down. And Looks like Jace Wilkinson is up and ready to be coming at quarterback.
Well, they ought to send the other guy out, too. I'm not even sure what number it was. They're hard to see, man.
So the Kahawks will get to replay that after all that. And Jace Wilkinson is all set to come in here as quarterback.
Jace Wilkinson will do exactly that. They'll wind up the clock, and we have 30 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. So Wilkinson wears number 10, 5'10", 150-pound sophomore. I'm sure he's going to hand the ball off. And no, he's going to throw down the middle. He's got Amari Rogers-Perry wide open, but not going to be enough for a first down. And looks like it's going to be about fourth down and a good 6 yards to go for the first down. That is the end of the third quarter of play. So we will take a timeout here to end quarter number 3. And we will be back to tell you all about the fourth quarter after we take a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948.
Welcome back to Carbondale once again. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you as we are ready to begin the fourth quarter of play at 10:30 at night.
Jace Wilkinson still in there at quarterback. Looks like we got that Will Swip in there.
Well, they didn't kick him out of the game, did they?
I don't believe so. I think it's just calm yourself down.
Yeah. Wilkinson's a junior, by the way.
And Wilkinson, I think, is kind of more of a better passing quarterback, so this could be a passing down here.
I was confused.
Andre Brown and Will Swip in here. Gonna block.
Wilkinson in shotgun. Rome Richardson is the lone running back. Here's the snap. It's a low one, and the handoff goes to Richardson, and he runs into a little bit of trouble, and that is going to be a turnover on down, so the Terriers offense will come back out onto the field.
And Chase comes back out on defense, so he's not removed from the game or anything.
Yeah, so that's why I got confused. Jace Wilkinson's number 10. He's in the 11th grade, and Kane Wyan, who is just underneath him on my roster, is number 11. He's in 10th grade. All right, so Woolley and company back out to begin the first drive of the fourth quarter for the home team. And they have one wide receiver over here on this side. That is Braylon Berry, and Berry is going to get that pass thrown to him. He bobbles it, and that allows enough time for Zach Priest to come in and make a tackle, and there's going to be about a 3-yard gain on that play.
Yeah, that's what allowed Priest to break in there. It's the bobble on the ball. A couple yards there for Carbondale.
I would imagine if he would have caught that cleanly, he probably would have had a lot more than 3 yards. Back home next week, Mount Vernon comes to town. They lost tonight to Marion, 37-34.
They beat this Carbondale team last week.
Yeah, that they did. Oh, a bad snap. That one's going to roll all the way back. Woolley's going to pick it up, and he's just going to run out of bounds with it. And that's a big loss on the play. All the way back inside the 15-yard line. They're going to mark it down at the 17. And that's going to bring a 3rd and long.
I don't know why you just didn't try to fire it to throw it away.
I was thinking the same thing.
You can do that now in high school. Just throw it away, and you just got to get it up past the line of scrimmage. That wasn't that far up, so.
Well, he's still learning. He's only a sophomore.
But sometimes you can't fault a guy for minimizing the damage.
Yeah. So Woolley back in there at shotgun, takes the snap this time, and he rolls out to his left. still on the run, still looking for somewhere to go with the ball, and he gets out of a couple of would-be tackles. The ball is knocked loose, and Collinsville might have this.
Yeah, this is real close. I'm not sure who comes up with it.
And Collinsville has got it. Turnover, and the Kahawks are in business at the Terrier 21-yard line.
Did Ja'Cory York come up with that? I think it was 72. Ja'Cory York.
I believe so.
Great job for that young man getting the fumble recovery. Woolley tried to do everything he can to keep the play alive. And now the Kahawks are in business here just outside the red zone.
I believe that ball was knocked out by Logan Abernathy. And Woolley was doing a good job. He was bouncing off of Kahawks left and right just to get it up to that point. So Collinsville, Chase Reynolds is back in there at quarterback. And Neighbors is back in at running back. And Collinsville has the ball, first down from the opponent's 21-yard line. Here's the snap. Reynolds is going to roll, and he's going to find a seam up the right side, and he's in for the touchdown. 21-yard touchdown for, none other than Chase Reynolds, his third rushing touchdown of the night.
Counting for all the Kahawks scores there, and gets another touchdown, comes right back in the game. And now, will they go for two?
I do not know.
Nope, they're going to kick this one again. Three-score lead here.
And the kick is on the way, and this time it is good. And Collinsville has extended that lead out to 27-8 as we just got underway here in this fourth quarter. And the Kahawks will be set to kick the ball back off to the Terriers after we come back from a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Looking for someone to help get your house in tip-top shape? Look no further than former Kahawk Kara Gray with Clean Living Cleaning Services. From bathrooms to kitchens to garages to bedrooms and even commercial spaces, Clean Living is your place to go. Clean Living guarantees expert-level work done by expert-level cleaners. No matter how much grit, how much grime, let Clean Living shine. For more information, check out the Clean Living Cleaning Services on Facebook or call 618-979-9634. A clean space is a happy place. Clean Living Cleaning Services, 618-979-9634. 4 rushing touchdowns by Collinsville here tonight has given them a 27-8 lead. 1 missed extra point by Matt Reynolds. 3 touchdown runs by Chase Reynolds gives him 5 touchdowns now on the ground. And Rome Richardson has the other touchdown, and the kickoff is going to Barry, and Barry's going to get across the 30-yard line to about the 31-yard line before he's finally brought down.
I see the Cavs get the running game going here. It's kind of been a soft spot through the first two weeks. They've really found a way to get the ball up the field, running it here, and Chase Reynolds with his big game, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, quarterback now stay committed to the school down here in Carbondale,
yeah,
SIU Carbondale.
I saw that earlier today.
SIU Carbondale. So next fall he'll be back down here attending SIU Carbondale, playing for the Salukis.
11:18 left to play here in this fourth quarter. And the Terriers with the ball once again. 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Woolley back in shotgun. Has Graham over his right. And the snap, and back to pass is Woolley. Woolley is going to step up and run toward his sideline and run out of bounds. Oh, boy. Come on, man. Rome Richardson, I think, fell and slid, and he didn't really even try to tackle. I think he just fell.
It's so hard when the quarterback is just slow, elusive, and he can stay alive and do a lot of things, but he's granted all the protections of late hits and all that quarterbacks are, and it just makes it so hard on the defense to account for that also, because the guy can just keep the play alive. What if he cuts it back at the last second?
The line judge over on the far side wasn't even involved in that play, and Colton Rhodes is over there giving her the business.
it's tough.
I know.
For a defense to know how to play that. I've seen him kind of come off of Woolley a few times, afraid he's going to slide or something, and then he stays alive and gets 3-4 more yards. It's happened a few times already.
So 1st and 10 for Carbondale in Collinsville territory at the Kahok 48-yard line. In shotgun once again is Woolley. Wide receiver goes into motion. Low snap once again. Woolley picks it up. He's ready to throw. Now he's going to step it up and run with it. Tonge is going to try to chase him down. Instead, he's going to run out of bounds. And that might be enough for a first down, depending on where the mark is. And it looks like it will be.
Yeah, just going to stay true there. Just chase him out of bounds. Definitely don't try to hit him or anything.
Stops the clock with 11:03 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
The result of the play is a first down for the Terriers.
So a fresh set of downs for Carbondale. Woolley gets the play from Coach Brian Lee. Graham stands to his right. Barry, the lone wide receiver over here on this near side. Here's the snap. Another low snap, man. They're getting all kinds of low snaps. And Woolley's going to step up. There's no one in his way. He can run for a while if he wants to, and he will head for the first down marker, and he'll get enough for the first down. And there was no one over there on that right side for Collinsville. And Woolley took advantage of it.
Did he get the first down? He did.
Yep.
I mean, it shouldn't have been any reason he didn't.
Yeah.
Run by Gavin Woolley. The result is a first down for the Terriers.
Some of them snaps are low for Carbondale, but
Yeah, he's picked a few of them up off the ground.
he's able to pick them up and make the play continue and keep it going.
This time Graham's over the left-hand side. 2 wide receivers on that side. And a throw, and wide open was the receiver. And he spins out of a tackle, and then he finally goes down inside the 20-yard line. That might be enough for another first down.
Now one of their better pass plays there. One of the Kahawks decided to chase Woolley in there, left the receiver wide open. And 2 or 3 other guys came in there after he got the first down.
So the Terriers are on the move.
Quick moving drive.
Yeah, 10:45 left here in this fourth quarter. All these running plays out of bounds have been stopping this clock. And this time, Woolley runs out and finds another receiver. That's Barry again. And Barry gets it inside the 10-yard line before he is finally brought out of bounds. They're actually going to mark him out at the 11. Need to get it down to the 9 for another first down.
Snap on that one, I think literally just slid across the turf. Woolley picked it up and brought it up real quick.
Empty backfield. Woolley takes the snap. And he's looking to run. And this time he's going to go down. Devin Habermill in on that tackle along with Aiden Jordan, and that's a loss on the play, back to the 15-yard line.
You can throw in the assist to Adam Frazier as he's coming in and bearing down on Woolley. That forced Woolley to scramble that right side and into Jordan and Habermill.
They'll mark him down at the 14-yard line, so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. This time, Graham comes back in as the running back. Barry is the only wide receiver and more of a kind of a slot position over there, but since he's the only one, we'll just call him the wideout. And another snap on the ground. Woolley picks it up, rolls out to his right, now back to his left. He looks, he throws, and that one's almost intercepted. Goes into the end zone. That's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think they got a face mask on Habermill.
There is a flag back there, isn't there?
Carbondale's going to call for the penalty for grabbing Habermill's face mask.
Wait for the call from the head referee here.
Well, does the FAR official have a flag too? Why is her flag down?
Is that a flag? Oh, yeah, sure is. I don't know. Maybe she saw it too. Personal foul. They didn't make the face mask call, but yeah, illegal block in the back.
This might kind of in the back first, but I also saw the swipe at Habermill's face mask. That seemed to keep him off of Woolley there. The pass was incomplete, and the Chaos could have taken it to 4th down, but they're going to push him back.
Oh, yeah, why not?
Make it 3rd and
15. About 15 to go. Woolley goes back to pass once again. Throws one, and that one is picked off by Loyal Patterson. Patterson works the ball upfield over the 20, and he finally brought down at the 25. Boy, I tell you what a perfect time for an interception there for Collinsville.
You had to feel they were brewing. The Chaos had got their hands on a couple earlier, and they fell into Carbondale players' hands. And then Loyal Patterson finally gets one in for the Chaos here.
Woolley threw it right to him. I don't really think he could have messed that one up too much.
And I know he really wanted to return there. He's trying to get the ball up the field there.
Woolley comes to the sideline. He is beside himself.
Been a rough game for him. He's got to turn the page and go to the next play.
Yeah, he's only a sophomore, man, and he's a pretty good player.
You know, I know time's ticking down on this game for them.
9:34. Collinsville gets the ball back on offense.
They'll look to work the clock some more. Continue with this big power package and run the ball.
Neighbors is in at running back. Chase Reynolds is in shotgun. Here's the snap, and the handoff is going to go. Actually, I think that's Rome Richardson. And he'll get it up to about the 25-yard line, so no gain on the play. Back to the line of scrimmage is all you got. But clock moves. That's the most important thing right now. Collinsville up 27-8. 9:15 left to play here in a very slow-moving fourth quarter so far.
Getting to be a late night here, closing in at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Long delay here. Let's see the Chaos get here for second down.
Rogers Parrott lined up over here on this side now. Richardson stays in as the running back, and play clock down to 8. You know, that's what Chase is looking at. He's going to let that thing run down as much as he can.
Coach is saying just run that thing down.
Well, now he has a bad snap to deal with and just falls down on the ball, and that's going to be a loss of about 4 on the play, so that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 14.
Snap down on the ground. He tried to pull it up with him, and as he did that, he didn't have it, and so he just decided to hop on the ball. And, yeah, you definitely don't want to turn the ball over here deep in this zone.
Nope.
So a loss of 4 or 5. He'll take that instead of setting up Carbondale deep in the territory.
Neighbors will check back into the game. Richardson to the sideline. Neighbors will stand about a yard away from the left-hand shoulder of Chase Reynolds. Reynolds in shotgun. And again,
25 seconds on this play clock, so
yeah,
they're going to
wait.
stand there.
He's going to wait a while. He's going to wait a while.
They're going to wait.
Clock down to 8 minutes left to play here in this fourth quarter.
15 on the play clock. Everybody just standing around here waiting. 10.
Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts left here in the second half.
Carbondale could call timeout. Here you go.
They could. There's the handoff. It's going to go to Neighbors, and Neighbors is going to get stood up at the 20-yard line, and that drive pretty much went absolutely nowhere.
He wasn't really too committed to try to make something happen there. It was third and long. Coach just wanted to work the clock here, and up 4 scores. They're pretty content to just flip the field here and punt this one back here as we come up halfway point of this quarter.
The only problem with that is that you're not giving your defense much time to rest, especially the guys in the secondary who are out there playing on offense. They don't get any rest anyway.
And it's like I said, it's been a long day already. So everybody's just got to reach for a little extra here to get this win.
Matt Reynolds is back to punt. Barry is back deep to collect that punt. And it is a good one, and it's going to be caught and then bobbled. And then Barry gets tackled by Devin Habermill immediately because of that bobble.
The bobble also kind of popped up in the air,
yeah.
and he had to come a couple steps forward to get it. If it got away from him, Chaos were running in and may have gotten it.
Well, if Barry wouldn't have bobbled that ball, he would have had a little bit more of a head start going north and south, but after it popped up into the air, he had to wait for it to come back down into his hands, and by the time that happened, Habermill was almost in his grill.
And once Devin Habermill wraps you up, you're not going anywhere.
Pretty much not. So Devin Woodley back out. Try to orchestrate another drive. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 42, will the Terriers. 2 wide receivers over here on this side, Barry and Lilly. Graham is the lone running back. I believe that's Graham. It is, and he'll get the handoff, and he'll try the left side, and he'll have some success, and he'll have enough for a 1st down all the way down to the Collinsville 45-yard line at least. And that's exactly where they'll be. 45-yard line, fresh set of downs. And after they move the chains, the clock will tick back up. Right now it stands at 6:42 left here in this fourth quarter.
Last drive was a quick moving one for Carbondale, but the Canucks flushed it out with the interception.
So Graham once again stands to the right of Woolley. Two wide receivers once again over here on this near side, Lilly and Barry. And Woolley is going to go back to pass, getting flushed out of the pocket. And he gets taken down by Rome Richardson for a big quarterback sack and a big loss.
Richardson wanted that sack. He just continued on. Had some good assists there from Jordan. Aiden Jordan chasing him down. Finally, they get a big sack in there on Woolley.
That's going to knock the Terriers all the way back to their own 48-yard line. Line of scrimmage was Collinsville's 45, so we have a second down and 17 coming up here for Carbondale. Woolley takes the snap, goes back to pass. Looking and skipping out of the way of one, Michael Tange. And then a long throw down the field, and that one is going to be incomplete. I think at the last second, was that Bollinger that might have tipped that ball?
Yeah, Bollinger tipped that ball away. He was kind of going up for it at first, but then knew it was behind him, and he stayed with it and just knocked it away.
Yeah, and Woolley almost was across the line of scrimmage when he let that go, but I think he barely stayed on the right side of things there. So an incomplete pass will bring up third down and 17. And we'll see what the Terriers dial up here. 5:35 left. Play stops on the incomplete pass. Or the clock stops, excuse me. 5:35, fourth quarter, 27-8 in favor of Collinsville. And Woolley in shotgun once again. Here's the snap. It's low, and he has to pick it up and then get out of the way. And he brings it all the way over here to this near side, trying to make something out of nothing. And then he gets a couple of blocks, and then he gets shoved out of bounds. And head first into the bench. He just lost his footing there. No flag on that play.
No, Tange pushed him clean out of bounds when he was inbounds.
Yep.
He give him a good shove. His own player's got to help a guy out, hold him up. They kind of all just parted the sea there and said, "Oh, let me get out of his way." And he went crashing into that bench.
Yeah, head first. Good thing he has a helmet on.
Help your guy out.
So
bench.
he got it to midfield, so it's going to be fourth down and 15. And the Terriers are going to go for it. They have all night, just about.
Only punted twice, and down 4 scores here with 5 minutes to go. It's all or nothing time now.
Barry and Lilly on the left side of the formation. Woolley is back to pass. And he looks, and then he's going to step up and throw, and he's going to go down on a shoestring tackle there by Adam Frazier. And a loss of a yard on the play, so register that as a quarterback sack. And Collinsville is going to get the ball back in Terrier territory at the Carbondale 49-yard line.
5:17 to go. Look to work the clock here and get the rest of this time ran down here and finally get us out of here.
Yeah. No JV football.
Oh, I asked him earlier if it was on. He said, yeah. Now he's saying no.
No JV football tomorrow. That has been canceled. Just got the word from Clay Smith himself.
20 minutes after I asked, they switched it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Chase Reynolds is back in there at quarterback, and he will hand the ball off to Neighbors, and Neighbors has a little bit of room and will bring a couple of guys with him, and that's a pickup of about 7 on the play, so it'll bring up a second down. We'll call it 6, second down, and 6 coming up, or 4 coming up, excuse me. Clock continues to move. That's the most important thing that Collinsville wants to see. Quite frankly, me too. It's 11 o'clock. Should be about an hour away from home by now. On a normal night. Rogers Parrott lines up as a wide receiver over on the far side. And now we're going to have a flag on the play, and we're going to have a false start against Collinsville. I think they're going to call that on Rogers Parrott over there as he moved up. He wasn't on the line of scrimmage. Colton Rhodes told him he needed to move up a little bit more, and when he did, he got flagged for a false start. So that'll erase some of that gain by Neighbors. It'll bring up a second down and 9. And it stops the clock, too. Now the clock will wind.
4.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. And Chase will let that play clock go all the way down. Right now it's at 15 seconds.
Yeah, if anything, it kind of gave the Cahoks extra time to waste. Did go back to 5 yards, but...
Second down and 9. Reynolds takes the snap, and he gives it to Neighbors, and Neighbors has some room, and he is going to get a first down. There you go. Another 4 downs coming up, and as soon as they move these chains, that clock will start back up again, too.
Good hard run there between the tackles again, and there's a flag on the play.
Oh, there is. Holding. Collinsville, bring it back.
Oh, okay.
We will have the post-game show coming up for you after the conclusion of this one. Chiropractic Works is our post-game sponsor tonight.
Anything after this game you'd like to clean up some of these flags, especially this secondary retaliations?
Yeah.
Be a little smarter. Hopefully something that coaching staff can preach to this team and clean up next week against the Rams, Mount Vernon.
Yeah. Now you need to back up, Rogers. There you go, man. Get yourself set. Here's the snap. Another handoff for Neighbors, and Neighbors is going to plow forward. He'll get back to midfield. That's it. And that will bring up a long 11 to go, but the clock is in Collinsville's favor. 3:35 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Third down and about 13 to go for a first.
Iowa still will be content to just run the ball here and waste the clock and then go to the punt.
Well, they almost had a 13-yard pickup by Neighbors there just a little while ago, but that got called back. And now some extra movement going on. Everybody settled down in time, though. And you better get that snap off. Almost was a delay of game there. Chase Reynolds is going to keep it. He's going to roll around here to this left side, and then he's going to pull up a little short, and then he's going to go backwards. Now he's got some blocking in front of him. If he can find him, he does. He has a first down, and he will just settle down right there, and then that should be a late hit.
Yeah, it was 2 hits on him. He gave himself up, went down to the ground, and then 2 Terriers made contact with him, but after all that running, he does get the first down.
Yeah. And another 4 downs to waste some more of that time. Clock stopped right now with 2:39 left to go. And, yeah, Colton Rhodes, there's a flag. And that might be against the coaching staff.
Well, I think they've been giving that official the business all night. And
yep.
I think the team's feeling good now about chances at a win.
Unsportsmanlike conduct bench penalty, I believe, in this
gave
one is.
her what they thought. Well, no, it goes against Carbondale.
Well, they are going to throw. Yeah, I think it came in late.
Apologies for throwing the referee on the bus there.
Yeah, I think that the coaching staff complained enough to her that she finally relented and said, yeah, you know what, you're right.
I guess it was on the late hit.
Yeah, it had to be.
Like maybe they talked about it there and.
.239 is what the clock is stopped at, and it'll get wound up here, I think. Yep, there it goes right now. And Reynolds and company will wait all the way through that play clock, and when they finally snap this ball, there will be just a little bit more than 2 minutes left. And now, Rome Richardson is in there as the running back. Reynolds in shotgun. He'll hand the ball off to Richardson, and Richardson will jump over to about the 15-yard line. And the clock will continue to run. We have 2 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Gain of about 5 on the play. We'll bring up, well, we're going to call it 4. Second down and 6.
More rain coming down here as we final moments of this game.
Yeah, we knew there was probably some more rain on the way. If it starts lightning now, man, just call the game. Richardson remains in at running back. It's just a light little rain shower, not much, more almost like a mist. Handoff is going to go to Richardson again. He got a little bit of resistance in the backfield, but he's going to get a first down. I think Collinsville at this point can just kneel this out.
Yep, gets the ball down to the 4, but I don't think they're going to try to punch this in. Probably just take a knee and call it a night.
As soon as they move the chains, the clock will start back up, but the play clock has already started.
Minute 30.
Yeah.
And
Now the clock is starting back up. And the victory formation, the kneel down will begin, and Collinsville will pull out a win and improve to 2-1 on the year, while Carbondale, whoops, you just knocked the camera over there with your microphone. You didn't hear that?
yeah, I heard it.
There's the kneel down. Comes with 1:05 left, so one more time?
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as Carbondale doesn't call timeout. Nobody called timeout in the second half.
No, not at all.
And once the game clock gets down below 40, we'll be done.
Yeah.
So, Cats got the running game going this week. Just need to clean up some of them retaliation-type penalties, and we'll come back to it next week against Mount Vernon. That
is going to do it. The final 30 seconds will tick off the clock. Both teams will head to their respective benches. And the Kahawks, after a long 1 hour and 40-minute rain delay, came back and did a pretty good job. Lots of running room and lots of running yards and lots of running touchdowns. All the touchdowns scored tonight by Collinsville were of the running variety. So that is going to take us into our post-game show, and that is going to be brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can check out Dr. McCluskey at his office there on 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville, or you can give them a call, 618-343-3602, or check them out online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the soft wave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the soft wave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one tonight, 27-8 over Carbondale. Collinsville improves to 2-1. Offensive coordinator Drew Cordes joining us now. Nothing like a 1 hour and 40-minute delay, eh, Coach?
Sure, I guess. I don't really know. Hey, I would have rather stayed here and played.
Yeah, me too.
And played well than to have to come back here and do it again tomorrow. But, you know, that's adversity. You get a lot of adversity through a high school football season. We've gotten a lot already, and it's just who came out stronger, who came out better after the delay. And I think we kind of took care of business right when we needed to.
How about that running game, man? You guys ran the ball a lot tonight.
Yeah, we've been putting in that heavy package a lot. That was one thing we really liked because we have good depth at tight end with Habermill and Kroom, Odell, and Will Swip. Just having those four and being able to pull and down block and kind of help us out, keep us more heavy with, you know, letting Chase get the ball, letting Talon get the ball, letting Rome get the ball. That's something that we really like. We don't like to do it too much, but we're also not going to take it away if they can't stop it.
Yeah.
You know, so that you look back at the film, the majority of the time we played that formation. I think the whole second half we were in it because they weren't stopping it.
Yeah.
You know, you take what they give you, and that's what we did.
Yeah, I like how you guys keep things fresh too, because you're rotating in constantly Richardson and Neighbors, and you don't let any one of them get there and get too tired. Let them get a little bit of rest and come back in.
Yeah, if you don't do that, then you're gonna break one and then get caught from behind. You know, so we're very beneficial to have that two-headed monster right there. You know, Talon hits the holes well, and he's got a little bit more speed than Rome. Although, I don't know, Rome figured out how to run fast, I guess, today, because usually he's just our thumper, our downhill. Like, we know we need 2 yards. Rome's going to get it because he's just going to run his shoulder down. And Talon did a really good job of that as well. So both of them are running the ball really good, and we're just going to continue to feed him. And that gets the focus on those two. And then Chase just pulls one for however many yards he had to run.
Yeah, he had 3 touchdowns today, Chase Reynolds did. He has 5 rushing touchdowns on the year. And I talked to the head coach, Colton Rhodes, before that about how there's no passing touchdowns for Chase yet. And he's like, well, they'll come, but right now we're doing a pretty good job running the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said earlier, you know, you got to take what the defense gives you. We put in that heavy package early, and they didn't stop it. And then we kept doing it, and they were having trouble stopping it. So there's no reason to force the pass just yet. We just got to keep getting him comfortable out there, keep letting him see what's going on. Because, one, he isn't really a natural quarterback. That wasn't anything he grew up doing. This is all new. He hasn't played it since his freshman year, and now was his only year. So he's seeing a lot of different stuff, and his first instinct was, I'm a running back. So we try and use that for his strengths and say, well, let's get you the ball in space. Let's let you run a little bit more. And when the time comes and we need to pass, you know, eventually he'll see enough of it to where he's feeling confident in what he needs to do.
Yeah, I think you guys only threw the ball once in that entire second half, and that was Jace Wilkinson who threw that pass.
Yeah, Jace does a really good job. I mean, he's always there when we need him to. We prepare him like he's going to play every single week. If it's a break glass in case of emergency, if it's a, hey, this isn't working, we need to change some things up, like we know that Jace is there, and we've been developing him for a couple years now, and he does a really good job of leading the JV team whenever we play. And so we feel very confident if we ever get into a situation where Chase would go down or something happens in the game where Chase isn't able to play, that we can throw Jace out there. Obviously, he's not the runner that Chase is, but you saw that he's got a pretty good arm and he's very confident in what he does out there. So if that would happen, and we play to Jace's strengths just like we play to Chase.
Yeah. Still got some things to clean up, man. Still some uncharacteristic-like penalties being thrown against your guys, and I know that's not what Colton Rhodes preaches.
No, we don't like that, but some of them, you just got to be smart. A lot of them are aggressive penalties. No, we don't like it. No, we don't want to have them keep happening, but you can kind of understand it. When you're going full speed, and sometimes it's just a mentality like I'm getting you to the ground no matter what, and then you can't let up in time. Those are, they got to stop. It's the jawing in between plays. It's all the extracurricular that's going on that's definitely not how we preach. It's definitely not what Coach Rhodes wants or we want or anybody wants. And, that was more adversity that we had to deal with today. And, hopefully we learn a big lesson from this because eventually those penalties are going to start catching up to us, and we can't keep having or letting that happen.
All right, man. Mount Vernon at home next week. We will see you then, man. Have a safe ride home.
We got some revenge, so.
I hear you there.
Yeah.
Yep, I know.
We're ready.
I know. All right, that is Drew Cordes, the offensive coordinator. That's going to do it for us. We're going to wrap things up here because it's been a long night. Already after 11 o'clock, we got all this equipment to break down and then a 2-hour drive back home. So, again, a big thank you to Colton Rhodes joining us in the pregame interview, Drew Cordes joining us in the postgame interview, and a big thank you to my broadcast partner over here, Chris Kettler. My name is Todd Duke. We are back at you Tuesday night. We are going to be all the way up in Alton for a little boys soccer action. Collinsville taking on the Alton Redbirds on the road. Then we're back at home Thursday for a little girls volleyball, also taking on Alton before we resume the football season, week number 4 at home versus Mount Vernon. My name is Todd Duke. Everybody have yourselves a fantastic weekend.